Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Here we are in yet another Slideshow After Effects tutorial. Here I have come up with another interesting tutorial. It is very easy to create the slideshow like this. Guys, here we are in After Effects. Let us begin the tutorial. Here we have a project window. Notice that we already imported our images here in the images folder and the assets. Here I've just created the slides folder. There is nothing in this folder now, and also I have created another text folder. As for now, we don't have anything in this folder too. I have a folder called as assets, images, slides and texts. In these two folders, I have my images. So let us create a new comp here and then rename it to minimal slideshow. Okay friends, let us keep it as 1920 and 1080 and the frame rate is 30, and then duration should be like 26 seconds long, and then click OK. Here we are. And then friends, select the slides folder, create a new comp and call it slide 1. Okay friends, let us keep the width and height as it is, and the frame rate we need not change, but the duration should be 6 seconds. Let us say OK, and here we create a slide 1 comp. So it is in the folder called as slides. So if we twill up it, we cannot see now. If we twill down, we can see the slide 1 now. So friends, let us now select the image folder and then create a new comp, and let's say new comp as image 1, and let us keep the width as 1920 and height is 1080 and frame rate is 30. Duration should be 6. Let's say OK, and then select the text folder and create a new comp, and let's say as text 1, and then let us keep the settings as it is. Width is 1920, height is 1080, frame rate is 30, duration should be 6 seconds long, and then click OK. Select the image comp 1 and then drag and drop the first image of ours from the project window like this. Here we go. Let us scale it up to fit into the comp. That's okay. Or otherwise we can right click on the image and go to transform and then click on fit to comp so that the image fits on this comp area. And then what we do now is enter into the slide 1, drag and drop this image 1 comp into our slide 1 like so, and then unselect the image comp and then go to rectangle tool here, click on it, fill to solid color like this, and don't worry about the color again. Click OK and draw a shape like this on the image comp and then align it to center. That's good. Now go to the shape layer and twirl it down and select the rectangle. Twirl down the rectangle and go to rectangle path and unlink this size of the rectangle path, and then change the size of the value to 380 and 1200 like so, and then select the shape layer, press S on the keyboard, unlink the scale here and give the value as 125 like so, and then 125 and here 0 like so. Press R on the keyboard for rotation and then create a keyframe here and change the value to -30 like that. Then press S again on the keyboard and then create a keyframe here. Move to 1 second 10 frames and change the value of the scale from 0 to 450 and then 230 like so, and the rotation angle to 90 degrees like that. Let's twirl it down to see the keyframes of the scale and the rotation here. Here we go. And then move the playhead to 3 second 10 frames and create a keyframe here once again on scale and rotation. Here we go. And then move to 5 seconds again. There we go. And change the value of the scale to 0% again. 0% and then 125%. And the rotation value to 0 and then 210 degrees, just like so. Select only the scale keyframes and easy is them by pressing F9. That's how it is. Switch on the toggle switches and then change the track matte of the image 1 from none to alpha matte shape 1 layer. That's how it is. and then click on the toggle transparency, and let's preview this once again. That's how it is. Select the image 1 comp and go to layer and layer styles and drop shadow. Then go to the drop shadow settings, fill down the drop shadow, and then create a keyframe on the opacity. See that your playhead is in the beginning of the timeline, and then click on the opacity and then change its value to 0, and then go to 15 frames forward and change the opacity to 50% and change the distance to 0, and then change the value of spread 15%, then size to 80. You see the drop shadow effect created at the background of our image. Select the image and go to layer styles and stroke. Click on it and then pull down the stroke settings and then change the color to white. Click OK, and then change the position from outside to inside, like so. You see the stroke here. Select both the layers here, shape layer and the image layer. Press Ctrl D to duplicate them. Here we go. We see shape layer 2 and image 1 duplicated layers on top, and then select the shape layer 2 and take the playhead to 5 frames here, just like so. Take the shape layer to the starting of the 5 frames, just like that. Select the top 2 layers, that is shape layer 2 and image 1, and duplicate them again by pressing Ctrl D. Here we go. And then what we do is take the playhead to around 10 frames. Let's type in 10 frames here in the time. Here we go. Select the layer 3 and take the first frame of the layer 3 and keep it at 10 frames here, like so. That's how it is. Now select the shape layer 3. Let us see the keyframes here. Here we go. Take the playhead to the last keyframes. Here it is. And then split the layer there. Here we go. And then move to 4 seconds and 15 frames. Again 4 seconds and 15 frames again, and then select the shape 1 and shape 2 layers, like so. Here we are at the 4 seconds 15 frames, and then again split the layers. There we go, and delete the newly generated layers, just like that. You can delete this 4th layer too here, just like that. Let's preview this. That's how it is. Select the image 1 here and go to effects and presets column. Search for tint and apply the tint on the image 1. And then press S for scale and change it to 135%. Select the second image layer and then press S on your keyboard and give the value as 110%. And then select the third image and press S on your keyboard and take the playhead to the beginning of the timeline and create a keyframe there. Take the playhead to the last frame and then 115%. You see the zoom in effect, friends, here. Now let's go to the text 1 comp here, double click on it and then click on this icon and click on the proportional grid, and then select a pen tool and change the fill to none. Okay, and click the stroke and then select the solid color and then OK. Keep the pixels as 8. That's good, and draw the path like this on the grid. Just like that, and then deactivate the proportional grid and then select the shape layer 1 here and twirl it down and go to add and trim paths and go to trim path setting and then change the end value to 0% here. Create a keyframe here and then go to 2 seconds and make the end value to 100%. And then move to 4 seconds again and create a keyframe on start, and then go to the last frame and make the start person to 100%. Let's see the animation here once again, just like so. Select the 2 keyframes in the middle of the start and end and easy ease them by pressing F9. Let's see now the animation, how it goes. It's smooth. Let's create a text here. You can take any text and type as you like. Here I take as Kelvin Tech Solutions. You can take any font. Here I take Futura and medium. The text is okay for me. See that your anchor point is in the middle of your text here. Click on the pan behind tool and then take the anchor point. Let's select it again and drag to the line over here. You can align it to the center like this. And then what we're going to do is we are going to animate the text here. Drill down the text here and then go to animate, and then click on opacity. Change the opacity to 0%. Drill down the range selector and create a keyframe at the start. See that your playhead is at the beginning of your timeline and create a keyframe at the start here, and then move to 1 second 15 frames and change the start value % from 0 to 100, just like so. And then drill down the advance and click the randomize order from off to on, like so. You can see the randomization here of the text. Select the text and go to animate again and click on opacity and change see that your playhead is on 1 second 15 frames and change the opacity to 0 again. Twirl down the range selector and then you see the playhead is at 4 second 15 frames and create a keyframe on offset here and change the value from 0 to -100. Then move to 5 seconds 20 frames again and then change the offset value from -100 to 0%. Now you see friends, we have created some kind of an animation here. There we go. And what we are going to do now is we are going to select our text and then duplicate our layer here by pressing Ctrl+D. That's it, and drag the text to the bottom like this. Double click on it and we can change the text here. You can give the title anything. Here I am giving as slideshow. Click on pan behind tool. Keep the anchor point in the middle of our text and select tool, and then just like so. Probably I can change the font of this below text to and align to the center. Preview our text here. Go to the project window and then open the slides folder and select the slide 1. You can duplicate any number of slides you want to. Here I duplicate 5 more so that I can have 6 slides altogether. Depends upon how many photos that you wanted. And then I go to images folder also, and then I select the image 1 and duplicate them by pressing Ctrl+D. I have only 6 images now, and go to text also and duplicate text comps. Here I duplicated only 2 more because we are going to use only 3 text layers here. Now let's open our image 2 composition by double clicking on our image 2 in our project window like so, and then select the second image that you want to have in your slideshow. We are going to take the second image into our image 2. So select the first image here in image 2 and then click on the Alt key and drag the second image onto our first image. Hold on to the Alt key and drag and drop onto the first image. That's it. We got this second image here onto our image 2 comp. Repeat this action on the rest of the images. Now let's double click on the image 3 here and then click on the image 1 and hold the Alt key and select the third image. Hold on to the Alt key and drag and drop the third image like so. Yes, we got the image now. We have replaced the third image with first image, and again double click on the image 4 and repeat the same thing, that which select this image in the image 4 and then hold on to the Alt key and drag and drop the fourth image on our image 1. Yes, it's replaced friends. I think we need to scale it up. Go to transform and fit to comp area. That's it. Okay, now double click on image 5 in the project and then select the image and go to fifth image and hold on to the Alt key. Hold on Alt key and drag and drop the image 5 onto the image 1 here. Yes, it's replaced now. And again go to the project window and double click on the image 6 and select the image again, and let's select the 6th image in the project and hold Alt key, drag and drop the 6th image onto our image 1. It's replaced now, and let us fit to the comp area. That's it. Now I close all the image comps and then we go to slides again. Double click, open the slide 2 comp and then select the image layers and then it will open the images again, and hold on Alt key and select the second image, and then drag and drop the image on top of our image 1 here. So it became image 2 now. Image 1 gone and image 2, we can see the image 2 now, but I think we have to scale up to fit the comp area. The image is not fitting into the comp area. Then what we can do is now select the first image here and then press S on the keyboard, and I think we can scale up to just like so. Let's say a 200 or so, and then take the playhead to the last frame and scale it up to more than 200. I think it's gonna be like a 235 or so, and then we'll check it. Now it's zooming in slowly. That's what we required. That's good. Now we are done with the slide 2 also here. That looks good for me. You can scale up or scale down your images anytime depending upon the image size that you take in your slideshow. Repeat the same action with the rest of the images in our project window. Let us double click our third image and select the image just like so, and then we'll go to the third image here in our project window, and then hold on Alt key and then drag and drop the image onto our image here. That's good. The third image is replaced with the first image. Again, there is a problem with the size of the image. It doesn't fit in the comp area properly. It is smaller than the comp area. So now what we can do is we can scale up to our desired position. So go back to slide 3 again, and let us select the image and press S on the keyboard to rescale the image here. I think let us rescale it to fit the comp area like so. I think we can type in as 200 here at the beginning of the timeline, and then we go to the last frame again and scale up to about 235 or so. Let's see, let's preview it again. Now it looks good for me. We are done with the third slide also. Double click on the slide 4 in the project window. So we have to change the image. Select the image here and then select the image here, and then go to the project window and select the fourth image here. Hold the Alt key and drag and drop the image onto our image here. Here we go. It is pasted here now. So let us rescale it to fit into the comp. Press S on the keyboard. Take the size up to 215 or so here at the beginning of the timeline, and then take the playhead to the last keyframe, and then I need to increase the scale, increase up to around 280. Let's preview it. Now it looks good for me. That's good. Let's select the slide 5 and double click on it to change the slide again. Select the image here and then go to the fifth image that we need to replace. Hold Alt key and drag and drop it. Yes, it's pasted now. Select the first one, press S on the keyboard, and let's scale it up to 200 at the beginning of the timeline, and then go to the last keyframe and then scale it up to 280, 80%. Let's preview this. It looks good for me. Let us take the other slide, that is the last slide, slide 6. Double click on the slide 6 again and select the image here in our comp area to replace the sixth image. Hold Alt key, drag and drop by holding the Alt key. It's replaced now. So let us scale it up to about 200 again, 200%, and then go to the last keyframe and scale it up to around 280 or so. So let's preview it again. It looks good for me. We have completed all the slides here, all the 6 slides. Then close all the slide comps here, except the minimal slideshow, and then let's go to the text tool. Double click on it. You can replace the text as you like. Double click on the first text here and you can name it as minimal slideshow. Click on the pan behind tool here. Take the anchor point to the center of the text and let's press on the caps lock key. Then select it, align it to the horizontal center, and then double click on the second text here, and you can give the text as you like. Here I give as animated in the caps. Let's on the caps lock. That's it. Select the selection tool and then go to pan behind tool. Keep the anchor point in the center and then go to align into the center. That's it. We are done with the second text. Now go to the text 3, double click on it, and then you can replace the text as you like. Double click on the first text, and then here I type as subscribe, that's it, and align it horizontal center. And I think let's increase the size of our text here into the center, and then double click on the second text. You can type in your text anyhow, whatever you like. I type in as easy learning, that's it, horizontal center, that's it. Probably we need to take this little bit here. We are done with the 3 texts. Close the text here, text comps. Select the minimal slideshow comp and then create another solid layer, and let's call it background, and click OK. Apply the gradient ramp effect onto our solid layer here, and then change the linear to radial ramp. Change the start of ramp to 540, and then end of ramp to 300, and 1080. Ramps scattered to 30, and then click on swap colors, just changing a little bit color here. Slides from 1 to 6 here into the comp, drag and drop them above our background here, that's good. Let's change our end of ramp to 3000 here and 1080. Let's put our slides in the right order, that's it. Now let us select all the slides here, right click, go to keyframe assistant, sequence layers, and then give 2 seconds and 20 frames, click OK. What we can do now is we have to change the background here, background color. Go to effects controls. I think we can give it as like yellowish. It looks good for me. Readjust the keyframe assistance to around 2 seconds and 10 frames. Let's preview this again. Now it looks good for me. Very nice. And then what we are going to do now is we go to the project window, and then select the first text and drag and drop on top of our slides here. We can see the text here. And drag and drop the second text on top of the first one, and take this here. Can align the text here like this, and then drag and drop the third text layer onto the comp area, and then take this text also and put it on top of our last slide. I think we can select the second text and drag a little bit here, and then the third text somewhere here. Let's play it on totally. We are done with the text layers also. Let us go forward and adding some of the effects. Let's select the text layer here, text layer 1, text 1 layer, and then search for the drop shadow in the effects and presets column. Let's drag and drop on top of our text 1 layer here, and then go to the effects controls. Change the distance to 25% and softness to 25% again, like so. Preview this. That's it. Copy the drop shadow effect by pressing on Ctrl C, and then paste on top of the both layers here, text 2 and text 3, by pressing Ctrl V. It looks beautiful for me. Create a new solid and then name it as light leaks, and click OK. And then search for the fractal noise and drag and drop on top of our light leaks, and then let's go to the effects controls and change noise type to spline, and then contrast to 175 degrees, brightness to -52. Twill open the transform and scale it to 1480 or so, and then complexity to 1. Press Alt and click on the evolution to create an expression here. Type in as time multiplied by 90, that's it. See the effect. Search for the hue and saturation, apply to the light leaks layer, hue and saturation, drag and drop on it, and then check on the colorize fill open the colorize and press Alt and click on the stopwatch of the colorize hue to create an expression here, wiggle expression. Type in as wiggle open 4,90 close. Let's preview it again. You see, you can notice the hue colors here. Colorize saturation to 46 or so. Click on the toggle switches here and change the lightly blending modes to screen here. That's it. We almost created the entire slideshow now. It's in the rendering process. That's why it's playing slowly. The beautiful creation, the beautiful animated minimal slideshow is created, and still we need to go further in adding some of the essence to it. Let's go to the project window and then we drag and drop the particles footage on top of our solid comp and then change the blending mode to screen mode here. That's it. And you can duplicate the particle layer to fill the entire slideshow. It depends on how many slides that you want to use it in your slideshow. And take the playhead to the last frame and press Alt key and square bracket to trim the layer here. And friends, let us create a new adjustment layer here. Go to layer, new and adjustment layer. Rename it to blur. Select the blur adjustment layer and click on the shape layer and double click on the ellipse tool here and check on the inverted mask and then pull open mask 1. Mask feather to 180 pixels and the mask opacity to 70% and mask expansion to 60 pixels and apply the fast blur effect here. And then change the blurriness to 40 and check the repeat edge pixels and let's preview our composition again. And that's it, friends. We have created the minimal slideshow in After Effects and it's beautiful. Thank you for watching my entire video, friends, and I hope you already subscribed to my channel, and if you are not, consider subscribing my channel for more videos. If you like my tutorial, click on the icon below, and I like to see your comments below. Check out my other videos too. Thank you, friends. Happy creating.